Hey, my name is Naya Crowder, CryptoGeezy. I know he the best in Dallas. You feel me? Y'all better subscribe and tune in. You know.
Then walk off. That's all you gotta do. Let them see. Let them see what they. There we go. You.
Hey, it's Jen, formerly known as Royalty DFW. I just want to shout out to CryptoGeezy. Y'all subscribe, like, and follow his page.
Hey, it's your girl Anya Monique, and I'm here to tell you that you need to go and subscribe to CryptoGeezy.
That's my dog.
We the mind, just like Goodfellas. Open her like a dresser. Gave her back, I could've kept her. She said I make her wetter. She want a cup, but I won't let her. Play about my money. Lead them boys on a stretcher. Money on my mind. I'm just trying to get my check up.
What's sound, man? CryptoGeezy back in the building, man. Man, y'all wouldn't believe who done found their way back at the studio. Go ahead, introduce yourself for the people that probably, well, they know. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Trinity Team, man, aka George Thomas, man, aka Crypto Gang Family, aka Terrence Civilian Williams Family, aka Mr. Pull Up at the Spot.
Sound about right. So, let's kill all the small talk. I take it you saw the video I did with Rasheed out the Magnolia. Tell us who you are.
Yeah, man, I'm Rasheed out the Magnolia. Body, you heard me?
Okay, so I don't have to ask where you're from because you already said it.
Yeah,
you dig?
already know.
We're going to just get straight to this. Can you, for the people that don't know, what is your relation to the Millers? Let's go straight to it.
Oh, okay. The Millers, that's my first cousins, man. It's my first cousin, Master PC Murder, Silk Shaka, Jared, all them. That's my first cousins, man.
Yeah, of course. I watch all your interviews, brother.
Before we just get straight into it, have you ever met him before?
No, I don't know. You gotta think like them dudes older, so they like in their 50s, so they like my big brother age. So it's like a 10 to 14 year like age difference with them.
Well, I saw. Well, you tagged me. I ain't gonna say you saw. You tagged me, and I saw you answer right back.
First of all, shout out to CryptoGeezy. Damn good interview, my brother. Damn good interview. Salute and hats off to you. When you first text me and asked me how did I feel about it, I said, get your money, brother, because I have no hatred in my heart, as well as everybody is entitled to voice their opinion. So when I saw the title, I had to tune in and watch. So let me give you some social commentary back. Hey, I had to, man. First I wanted them to actually watch your interview because I ain't no hater. So
Right.
you could interview C Murder. When I respond, I'm going to tag you so the people could go watch your stuff before responding. So that's why I views like what and what. Ain't no hatred in my heart, like I always said.
So what was it that you saw, you heard that made you want to respond?
All of it, man. The fact that dude said I was hypocritical, but and that's why I responded back on my show like hypocritical. You push all this pro-black agenda, talk about being on code, yet that don't matter when it comes to black on black violence, other young black men being killed. Are you still trying to uphold a street code to be a gangster in your 50s? That's what's hypocritical to me.
How long did it take you to because it came fast. How long did it take you to put that together?
No, I watch because it's the truth. So when something is true, whatever you ask me, I'm gonna always have the same answer. That's why all my interviews are the same. So when you first sent me the link, I was out with the wife and we was eating at a restaurant, so I couldn't watch it all. So when I got home, I watched it, and as he was talking, I wanted to respond like ASAP, and that's why I did it like that.
Was it a certain part in the interview that kind of bothered you emotionally?
I ain't gonna say bother me. It's just like I think the brother got me misunderstood, especially when he was talking about the money. Now I always say I'm gonna talk about the money in every interview. Not that the money will bring my brother back, but my parents want it. So I'm not begging for something that's not theirs. And you act like uh if he did came for it with the 2.4, whatever it was, that I'm saying, okay, he out of jail. No, that's a lie straight from the pits of hell. What I said is if he would do right, Meaning I shouldn't have to tell you to do something that they already want. But you doing underhanded stuff, filing for bankruptcy, talking to all these politicians, not knowing that I talk to the same politicians as well. But you try to do all this underhanded stuff to get out of prison. God don't honor that. Everything I do peering from the heart. So I move at God's speed. So nothing you could do gonna say, okay, he's coming home faster, he's not coming home, or whatever the case. But this was never about money. This about doing the right thing. And like you asked me before, how I knew dude soul wasn't right, and what did I say? I said I don't know. It may be right. Who knows? But that's his relationship with God. But I do believe that God won't let him or anyone out of prison until your heart is right, because that's what I had to go through. So that's how I know it.
Okay, so for the record, after watching the interview I did with Rasheed, did your beliefs and feeling C murder was guilty change? Any?
No, I always thought he was guilty. I still think he guilty. And he said that too. He said that he believed, because I told you I get word from like other people that I felt C didn't do it and I want C to say who did it. No, that's not the case. I believe in my heart that C did it by the evidence that's there in the black and white, like I said, and that stuff's there for a reason, and by the people that I talk to. So I don't care how many people say free him. He didn't do it. 85% of the city was 85% of the city in the club. No, they fanned out and grouped it out. That's what they are. And because we kept quiet for 20 years, you already have a pre-notion of what you think. But like I said, you can't be God. That's why I don't trip when people say free him and all of this stuff, because it just don't work like that, bro.
Okay. In your video, you mentioned somebody named Peanut. Could you elaborate more on who Peanut is?
Yeah, that was the bouncer. That's Darnell Jordan. He played ball, and like I said, I have had a personal relationship with dude. Dude used to cut my hair when he was in the city. He would come by the house. He would cut my daddy hair, and we would go to the barber shop. He would pull up at my parents' house where they live at now, and sit down and talk. And he was supposed to do something at the park on the West Bank where he was in honor of my brother, and they was gonna name a section of that park after my brother.
Before this tragic, life-changing event, did you know anyone from C Murder's team or family?
Carlos. So I wouldn't say his immediate family, but his crew, like Carlos from Beats by the Pound. So remember I told you we were trying to rap with them when we were younger, because that was the movement. Um, so, and not on a personal level, but just trying to get over there. So the connection was Carlos' cousin or brother or something, the dude Brock, the one who took me and my cousin Glenn over there. So that was the only as far as close knit until all of this stuff happened. Because it's a big age difference. So the people they ran with won't be the same people that I run with.
How far back is your connection to Peanut?
Since I've been home, so because he used to run with my cousin BJ and all them, so I didn't know of him. Even like I say, he played ball and he was a star and all. Like when I came home, he pulled up on me, and like I said, before anything transpired, court system or any of that, and said exactly what happened that he said at both trials. So, and he used to keep the little pistol at the barber shop too, because he said he was scared. So all of that, man, so much stuff I could say, and I ain't here to bash him. Like I said, he got to look in the mirror, um, and see the man that he want to be. But he know what he told me. He know what he did. I ain't know none of this stuff until he told me. So he came to the house and told me word for word what happened and how it happened and all that, and then he didn't change his story until years later. So
So you say he said he was scared. You think he was scared because they knew he knew the truth, or that he changed the story? What would you feel he
no,
was?
no, not to change the story. When he first testified and told,
Mm-hmm.
so he used to keep the pistol in the barbershop all the time. So it was like if somebody came up there, um, I don't know if he was scared after the Wango stuff and all of that, that something was gonna happen to him, or they was gonna send some goons up there, whatever the case. But he used to say that he didn't want nothing to happen to him. But when his cousin got killed in Kenner or Metairie or somewhere, and I know this because of and I told you this at the last time we interviewed. He called the police. Then he called the same DA that was in the C murder case and was like, he know who killed his cousin or whatnot, and that was and I don't know his cousin case, so I ain't here to talk. I only know because of the DA when I was asked about that body, and I'm like, no, I don't know. It's like, yo, he called me about this body saying that somebody killed his cousin.
In your answer back video, you referred to yourself as a nerd and Rasheed as a big gangster. Did some Rasheed say in the interview make you feel he was trying to portray himself in such a way?
No, just how he was talking, and he was like, yeah, dude probably was in the street at one time or whatever, but that ain't a persona that I want to carry, bro. I'm God fearing, family man, and nerd. Like I say, I punch a 9 to 5, I punch a clock. So when I say big gangster, I'm talking all these dudes that want to betray a role of, oh, I don't do this, I don't do that. There's a no snitch code, and you know how I go in the street. Well, I ain't in the street. I'm a civilian. I'm a law abiding citizen. That's who I am. So talk to me as a law abiding citizen. Don't talk to me like you're a gangster. Or I'm a gangster, because that's not the case here.
You mentioned Rasheed pushed the pro-black agenda and stood on the code. Was that from the interview, or did you watch one of the Think Twice podcasts?
No, I watched Think Twice. I told you I like them, regardless of how they feel. I'm happy for New Orleans. I'm happy for the city. So anytime I turn on it and I see the city, I see Think Twice. I even see the homie that you and Giggity at odds with, OG Murder.
Little gangster.
I see uh what's the home team with Mina and them?
No Rap Cap.
No Rap Cap.
Shout
So
out to them.
everything I see is like New Orleans, so I always watch it. So I love to see the city shining. So I don't, like I say, regardless of how they feel about me, regardless of how many times they yell free C and C ain't do it, I support the home team. I like to see the home team winning. Ain't no hatred in my body. I want to see all them guys succeed. I feel like there's enough money on the internet for everybody. So I watch the shows. So when I watch them, now again, I don't agree with the religious beliefs. They believe what they believe, and I listen to it. But I'm like, okay, some of their views on life is good. Some I agree with, some I don't. Like I said, so I watch the show. So when I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and they like, oh, we need to, and all three would say we need to do this as black people. This is this is this, and I'm like, all right. So if that's the agenda and you really believe that, then let that be 24/7, 365. Don't let that be, oh, when something hit home, this is what it is, and it's different when it comes to this situation. No, be the same 24/7.
Shout out to the Think Twice podcast. With that being said, aside from the interview about your brother, did you take any interesting facts away about Rasheed's interview?
Nah, he said dude was at the door with him or got in the I told you, I don't believe that, because you got 12 different people putting him at 12 different places. Maybe he was in Leavenworth with me when it happened. So I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe he ain't do it because he was in my cell at Leavenworth, you know?
Let me ask you this. So Rasheed said something, I want your opinion on it. He said it can be see murder was targeted because his status, and he was a big figure in New Orleans. How do you feel about that?
I feel that's bull is what I feel. I feel like you got to answer for the consequences. I feel that his status made him feel that he was going to get away. That's what I feel. And I only believe that because, like I said, your two homeboys, let's take the witnesses away.
Mm-hmm.
Justify your two homeboys. And I heard what he said about Wine Flowers, or if they was gonna kill him. But it don't matter. If you did the body, you're gonna accept your charge, right? And that's your homeboy. So you telling me your right hand man or one of your right hand men don't have enough respect for you to say, oh, they gonna kill me, I'ma still take my charge? Oh, he took it back because they said they was gonna kill him. That don't make sense either. If you my guy, I'm like, yo, that ain't your body, this my body, this what happened. Regardless of what those consequences of.
It was said, I think in the interview, I wanna hit it right. Rasheed made it to where your brother was the instigator. Did you hear that, or you heard a different story?
On the interview or in general, you saying?
The instigator in the fight, saying he was the one that felt.
No, I heard different stories. So I heard it was a rap battle. I heard my brother won. I heard upon getting off the stage, somebody said something about him winning, and he responded. And when he responded, the fight broke out. Somebody else said, "Oh, well, he should have just shut up when they were saying they stuff because them dudes, how them dudes were in the '90s and early 2000s or whatever the case." But again, regardless if he started the fight or if he didn't start the fight, it's 30 grown men on one child. So you shouldn't have to shoot him out his fight. That's a coward to me. If it take 30 of y'all, whether it's a child or a man, you you're a coward. That's what it is. Ain't nothing real about that. Even if the street dudes, ain't nothing real about that. You are a coward.
You said it was a rap battle. Was it him and C Murder or him and somebody else? When I'm talking about
No,
your brother.
supposedly want to see murder artists. Like I said, I don't know the whole story. I just heard
Right.
different variations of it was want to see murder artists or a release party or something. And the way you been in the game long enough now where you know how the industry works. So even if I sign you as an artist, I'm gonna say we got a show tonight at the spot, and I'm gonna say we holding a rap battle. But it's all I already got it lined up where you gonna win, or I'm gonna promote you.
So as far as your brother, like we in New Orleans, we have to grow fast. We know we become men before we supposed
Right.
to be men. Um, you said you put yourself as a nerd. As far as your brother, was he labeled as a nerd, or was he in the streets?
Nah, I don't think so if you ask anybody in that era from I would say probably 12 to 17 age, they would probably say I was in the streets because selling crack and doing all of that stuff is why I say I'm not here to glorify that. Right now, I'm a family man, I'm a God-fearing man, I'm a nerd. That's what I embrace.
Okay.
I don't think my brother, and again, I wasn't there, so I don't know during that era.
Mm-hmm.
What I got when I called home from prison and before I left, my brother was a ladies' man. That's who he was. Pretty boy type, the baby bangs, the S curl, you know how it was in that era. And when I called home, that's what I continued to got. I never got I'm selling drugs, I'm packing this gun, we doing this, I'm with this hitter. I never got that conversation from him when I called home. It was always I got a new girl, I got this white girl, I got this Vietnamese girl. Like it was that type of stuff. So nothing that he said led me to believe he was in the streets.
Okay. And on touching on your brother, how long has it been since your brother passed away?
2002, so 23 years.
Okay. When someone loses their brother to violence, how does time impact the healing process?
You never fully heal, man. You learn to live with it, like an amputation, like I said before, because it's family. So, two things happen. You either gonna want retaliation, and you're gonna go seek retaliation, and it's gonna be a never-ending cycle, or you accept it for what it is, and you get on a positive vibe. And that's where I'm at with it now. I'm on a positive vibe, and I don't think like they could beat God. That's why most of them that was there that they claimed did it and hit him either dead or in prison.
Hmm. Can you recall the last interaction you had with your brother?
Yeah, in person or on the phone.
Both.
So yeah, on the phone, and I'm sorry if I offend you. Well, I ain't gonna say her name, but it was a girl I used to mess with. And I called home, and he said, "Hey, guess who I got over here?" And I'm like, "Who?" and he say her name, check out the 10 ward. And I say, huh? It kind of shocked me and hurt me at the same time. So I'm like, what? Say, yeah, I got such and such over here. And I know me and her left on bad terms. With no boyfriend, girlfriend stuff, just sexual stuff. And I'm like, is he stunned or is he telling the truth? So I hear in the background, he give her the phone. She like, hey, how you been doing? And I want to keep talking, but the pride in me like hurt. I'm like, man, my little brother done got a hold of one of my exes, man. And me and him laughed about it after, but that was the last interaction that I had with him on the phone.
Okay. What about in person?
In person, it was when I had graduated boot camp, and him and I just stood there talking, took a picture, talk about what he wanted to do as far as his future.
Since you wasn't there at the scene, how many different stories have you heard on what happened that night?
Man, I heard like 30 different stories of what happened. The only thing that remained consistent is see murder pull the trigger from the people I talked to. How the fight started, was it a fight, who did what, how many people jumped him, all that stuff changed. And even with the ones who said he didn't did it, would remain consistent with them, is they all put him at different places.
Was there any stories that kind of related to Rasheed's observation?
No, not really. So his observation, he's saying that C was at the door with him and it was a fight or whatnot. They all talk about the fight, and then supposedly they saying it was Wango that did it, or it was Wine that did it. And these the ones that's trying to say that C Murder didn't pull the trigger. So again, the only thing that remains consistent in their story is you got 30 different people putting C Murder at 30 different places. So that don't add up.
The current governor of Louisiana is Jeff Landry.
Mm-hmm.
If he pardoned C Murder, would you have any objections?
First of all, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus, but I'm not God. So whatever the governor do, the governor do. But like I said, I'm heavy into the politics too, and I don't hide from it. Me and you good on IG. So you see I talk to Landry, you see I talk to all the senators, I talk to everybody, man.
Speaking of politics, and we talked about this. Just was it last month they did the 10-2 vote, and again it was denied again. What's your thoughts on that?
It's supposed to be denied. So I think for the ones that are innocent, I think that they should have their day in court, the innocent ones. But I think that it should be on a case by case basis. I don't think they should let all 1,200 inmates out at one time, because that's just like the 10 inmates that escaped. So you letting out 1,200 of them on the street at all at one time, I think is going to cripple the justice system. But I think it should be reviewed on a case by case basis, but I don't think it should be retroactive for everybody. And that's only for the people that are guilty. Those family members got no justice. So I don't believe in it. So if you were in Angola in the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and your witnesses was a 50-year-old man who testified against you, and now it's 30 years later and that 50-year-old man dead, you about to walk free because now they don't have no other witness, and now that family don't get any justice.
So help me out, because I didn't even know that. So if the law would have passed, 1,200 people would have automatically been released.
All would have been released on what's that guy name, man? And he full of it too, looking like Passe Blanc, like he trying to pass for white. Royce Duplexis.
Okay.
So Royce Duplexis say that all these people would be in pre-trial status, which is a lie. This is why I say you would let them out. So if it's retroactive, supposedly all 1,200 cases would not be reviewed. So them in Angola will have to go to their respective parishes and face a trial again. Or the DA would say, we don't have enough evidence to bring them to trial. The reason I say they will be let go, because the majority, so I won't say, I digress. I won't say all 1,200, but let's say a good 80% will be let go if they caught their case back in the day because those witnesses are no longer around. So the DA can't bring them to trial. The DA will say we don't have sufficient evidence to retrial this case, so they'll be let out.
Okay. You said some the last question I asked you, and you brought up the 10 inmates that escaped from the New Orleans jail. From your opinion, your thoughts, do you feel that they really broke out or they was let out? Because the dude Antoine Macy is talking about they was let out the jail. What's
No,
your thoughts?
I believe they was let out too, because we use our common sense here. You're not about to tell me that nobody my size or close to my size gonna fit down the toilet hole. This ain't the cartoons, man. So that's not happening. And the way them dudes was running out that front door, like you have to be let out. I think that was also probably a political scheme to try to get more money or ask for help on the prison, but I think it's just backfired on them.
Yeah, it's making them. I mean, 10 people at one time. I don't
Right.
never. That didn't make sense.
Correct.
Moving on. Is YouTube bringing renewed attention to the C murder case as a positive, negative for your family right now?
I think both. I think YouTube started in the negativity because everybody would say dude was railroaded or free him. And like I said, we were quiet the whole time. So if all you got is one side of the story, or even people that been locked up with him, they'll say, oh, man, I was there, man. He's sorry, he changed. Of course, I changed right after I got arrested. That don't mean I ain't do it. That mean I don't want to be here. And time don't take away from that. So if I kill you and then 40 years later, man, I'm sorry, I'm tired of being here. That don't take away from me killing you. You still got to answer for that crime. So I think, but now because we do have a voice and now I can talk back, I think it also has a positive reflection of, okay, here go the other side of it.
When it comes to you speaking on your brother's situation, are your family members urging you to let the situation rest and start responding publicly?
Yeah, they are. Because they feel, and I just got this the other day. You know how they say if two people arguing from a distance, then you don't know who's who, and they feel it's becoming that. But I'm trying to explain to them that it's not that, it's that I don't want to hear somebody trying to push a different narrative, so I want the truth to be out. But they said, okay, you told the truth already, so everything after this is just gonna be the same stuff.
Big facts. I mean, they I could see where they're going at. Have your mother and father watched any of the interviews?
She watched. My daddy didn't watch it. I told you, daddy's sick, man. But mama, I did one with a humble soul. Shout out to humble soul. But mama was in the vicinity and she was listening to the answers that I was giving, dude.
Okay. What is your opinion on the statement that your interviews are impacting C Murder's daughter?
C Murder's actions impacting my family, so I ain't got nothing to say. I don't know his daughters. Shout out to his daughters, but you could visit your daddy. I can't. All I got is a grave site to see my brother.
That kind of the question I was going to ask you, is anything you can say to might help them understand, and I think you already said it just now.
Yeah.
I mean,
And like I told you before, it's nothing against his family, nothing against his daughters, his daddy. I told you his daddy and my daddy talk in the aspect of the same thing. My daddy said we not rejoicing because dude in jail. Like you could visit him in jail. All I have is a grave site. And the same with his sister. She said she lost another brother. That she understand, but she feel like people scared of Jefferson Parish laws and see murder ain't did it, but that's her opinion. You're supposed to stand by your family. But again, I'm gonna stand by mine.
what comes to mind when you see the hashtag Free C Murder?
I'm brainwashed, like I said, 20 years, they don't know. They can't read. I gave them black and white. So at this point, if you're not reading black and white, ain't nothing I could tell you. And I heard dudes say that too. oh well, black and white. If you know the system, I was guilty. I was trying to beat the system too. So um, if you found guilty, you found guilty for a reason. And it's like I said, most of this, regardless of what those people what they don't know, is he's not in there because of the witnesses. He's in there because of his homeboys. That hold more weight than those two witnesses.
You said something just now that just stuck out to me. You said you even admitted that you was trying to beat the system. Like, I mean, that's the honestest you can be if you go
Right.
to jail. We all trying to sit
Correct.
here and
And
did.
everybody want to be home.
If it came to, let's just take it back to if C Murder would have beat the case, would it had bothered you? Would it felt you wanted any kind of retaliation?
If he would have beat it. Yeah, I thought I was young back then. So back then my mindset was always whatever would have happened in jail or out, I would have wanted retaliation. But now as a grown man, again, like you asked me about if somebody friend, like your fight with God, your fight not with me. I'm at a different place in my life.
I can respect that. Man, and I'm just trying to remember. You did say you and your brother before his passing was a fan of C Murder. Y'all listen to his music.
Yeah, die hard, No Limit fans, man. My favorite, I had three favorite artists on No Limit. I liked them all, but my three favorite that you couldn't wait to hear their verse, of course, was Mystical. Mystical used to make you buy other people albums who couldn't rap, like Servon and all of them. You still gonna go buy it because you want to hear Mystical verse. The second one was Mac because he reminded me of like a Southern Nas, but he used the way he used to articulate those words. And then the last one was C Murder because of the griminess and the rawness, which is the ironic part of it.
Um, do you feel Rasheed's comment about you putting all your eggs in one basket and relying on hearsay makes sense?
No, because he don't know. He think I put it all in hearsay. It's not all in. Like I said, this your homies. That's like you and Terrence fall out, and Terrence tell all your business on Mad Day, and he the only one that know this stuff. You gonna tell me he lying and y'all been rocking like since y'all been rocking? So all the eggs ain't in that basket. And then when I looked at the other one, that Wango, this man is a killer. So you ain't to look me in my eye and say this what happened, and to say over the telephone this what happened. Like this ain't you ain't had that to do if you really did it. So what was the point of talking to me?
Um, do you know what it was that allowed your family to win the $2 million settlement?
Wait, what you mean? You say to know what it was?
Yeah, how did they win the settlement?
Oh, wrongful debt suit.
You show respect and gave kudos to Rasheed's interview. As a man, do you genuinely respect his point of view on the whole situation?
I'm gonna say I disagree with his stuff, but I can't say like I respect or disrespect. So when I say kudos to somebody interview, is because they have a opinion. Everybody got an opinion. It's like buttholes. Everybody have one. So you entitled to your opinion. I'm not gonna be mad at your opinion, but again, don't be mad at my facts.
And I'm trying to remember if you elaborated on this. Can you break down what the 10-2 law was that they was trying to fight for?
Yeah, so the 10-2 law is if you were convicted of a non-unanimous jury, meaning 10-2, 11-1, then it's not 12-0. So because it's not 12-0, it's a non-unanimous jury. So anything, because in 2018, now all states, including Louisiana and Oregon, have to be 12-0. Before 2018, Louisiana and Oregon could be 11-1 or 10-2. So his second trial was, if I'm not mistaken, 11-1. But they just call it the 10-2 law because the lowest can be 10 people that vote you're guilty and 2 could vote you're not. But his first trial was unanimous, all 12-0.
So when you said the 10-2, that means 10 people said guilty and 2 said you're not.
Right, or 11 said guilty and 1 said you're not. Is either or.
So if 10 said you was guilty and not guilty, and 2 said you was guilty, they're
Yeah,
guilty.
it would have been 9 if 9 say you guilty and 3 say you not guilty, you walk.
Oh, so it's just that 2 that messes up.
Yeah, that's why it's called the 10-2 law.
Okay, you just
Yeah.
told me something.
Yeah.
Probably some people on. I really was trying to understand that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I could feel that. Dang, that's crazy. So if he'd have had 3 people that said he was not guilty, he could have walked away.
Yeah, he
He
would have
needed
been
one more.
not guilty.
Dang,
Or
that's
they would have said it's a mistrial and they would have had to bring everything back to the drawing board.
If C Murder was to be released, do you feel your family would still try to pursue the $2 million settlement?
No, first of all, again, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But secondly, my family don't care about that money, man. What Rasheed said that I wholeheartedly agree with. So you could get a close up of this one. No amount of money is going to bring my brother back. My mama said that. My mama said that from the gate. So they could have won $2 billion. The attorneys, all of them could have came forward with the $2 billion. My mama probably wouldn't have accepted it because she would have felt it's blood money and no amount of money gonna bring her son back, is what she always said. I'm the one that started the campaign because my parents are getting old when my daddy got sick, and I feel they should have got what they deserve in their old age. So that's where that came from.
And last time we talked, the head lawyer on the case for the settlement, he was in trouble for.
Yeah, he's still in trouble. They they reviewing this stuff. I don't think they made a decision yet, so he's still under investigation. But he been disbarred and had to step down. It's the second time.
So has anyone reached out for you from his offices since that?
No, I got a call from Mr. Jerome, the NAACP head president, but it wasn't about that. What I think happened, and I don't want to make any speculations because I just left it alone. I think when he saw our trilogy, the last one me and you did, that he called or somebody called him because he called and I answered the phone and he said, "Oh, I'm pocket dodging." So I don't know if that was a my cue to say, "Hey, oh, I wanted to talk to you anyway. What's going on with A, B, C, or D?" But I'm smarter than that. I was like, "All right, have a nice day. God bless you."
For every interview that we talked about, you said you always wanted to sit down and look C Murder eye to eye. How important as of today is for that?
That's still, I wouldn't say it's, I'm gonna say it's very important, but it's not something that, oh, my dying wish, because he keeps saying no. And the reason I wanted to do it is, like I said, because of body language. You tell a lot about a person about body language, not communication keys, bro. So I just wanted ask you a question. You tell me you ain't did it, I know if you lying to me or not. Now, if you really didn't do it, then I'm on your side. But again, I know that's not the case because of all the stuff I heard, the research, and the way you acting now. A innocent man ain't gonna like be trying to run away from the victim's family who trying to talk to him.
What steps are you taking to make this happen for the sit down?
None now. I left it alone. But the first time I reached out to his people, then I reached out to him directly, and I know they got it because the attorney, the same dude I'm talking about, was like, "Yo, he got your letter," but he felt like it was a setup, is why he didn't respond. I said, "Setup? I'm a man of my word. Everybody know I talk to congressmen. I got their number on speed dial. I got the police number on speed dial. So I ain't afraid to say nothing if it's, oh, I came in here for A, B, C, or D. But if I came in here man to man to talk to you, then that's what it is too, because that's my word."
And I know you said you need to look him eye to eye. Would a phone call or a letter of response from him do anything?
It'll help a little. A phone call, a letter will help, but it's not the same as the face to face, because I can't read body language on the face to face.
And to this day, have Master P and his brother Silk the Shocker reached out to you?
Yeah, Master P did. I think we had, no, we probably never fully talked about it. So after the Boss Talk interview, shout out to ECO too, man. That's a good dude, bro. Me and Dude Prey behind not just this podcast stuff, like real life stuff. So if I got any questions on anything, ECO there, he there about wife stuff, life stuff, all the stuff that happens. So shout out to Boss Talk. He was the first one to put me in front of a camera outside of myself. So after that interview, and I think it took us to a different level. What I mean by that, when he initially got the interview, I think it was pro No Limit. I think it was this brother lying, all of this stuff. So I felt it was a setup. I said that on Gangster Channel one time because I'm like, oh, he interviewed with No Limit Cats. So I went over there with the homie so I could feel safe. But I agreed to the interview. But when I got there, it wasn't that type of energy. And then afterwards, he did his research. I won't call out their names or whomever, but this is from this brother. So when he did his research, he was like, "You're not lying. Everything you said was the truth, with the exception of Richard Pina funding No Limit through drug money." So this what was told to me. So then I got a call from P, and P said the same thing. Everything I said was 99% true, with the exception of Richard Pina didn't fund No Limit, and that his company started through Grandpa dying and leaving him the settlement. And then he apologized, said nothing to bring my brother back, but he wanted me to know, that he apologized from the heart. And to me, that was big because P the last dime, man. P a big dog, so you ain't gotta call little old me. So that meant a lot to me.
You said when you first went on a podcast, that the agenda was what you thought it was. Was he Team No Limit? You felt?
Yeah, I felt, yeah, man, from the gate. If you go back and watch it, and it was 2023, everything was like a rebuttal. Him and shout out to Miss Jamaica. Him and his wife. I was like, man, they pro No Limit. They trying to rebut everything I'm saying. I got the black and white in my hand, but we never got to the black and white. But afterwards, I said he did the research and everything I said. I wasn't lying, man. I speak the truth. So that's why I said to the ones who don't want to listen or still saying freedom, you ain't read the paperwork. You jumping on somebody else's train, or you actually can't read, one or the other. But I got hooked on phonics for you. I pay for your GED classes if you need them. Just holler at me, man. The nonprofit will pay for all that. We good.
Speaking of podcasts, have you heard from Joker from Real Life Street Stars? We need to get this push.
No, man. I ain't hear from Joker. You African and you be lying, man. So Giggity say we was gonna pull up on them, but no, still no Real Life Street Stars after all this time. And it's like the third time. The first time, the homies from Texas pull up on them, ATM and the homie D Love and all them, and it was the same thing. And then let Joker tell it, man. I don't remember, man. I don't remember.
So we're gonna have to make sure we got the homie here. We're gonna make sure the homie make that happen for you this time. You got to call him and impress him. While watching the interview, did the impression did you get the impression someone else might have committed the murder but see murder?
No, I'm never gonna get that impression. So what I think happened is not gonna change that. The only person that can change that gonna be God Himself and my brother. And my brother will have to come back from the dead to say, "Hey, this happened." Other than that, I have my own point of view, or whatever see murder tell me face to face. But as far as another person changing my mind, no, man, that's your family. You're gonna say whatever to get him out, which you're supposed to.
Rasheed said in the interview I did with him, he said he's standing on C Murder didn't do it. But the only reason C Murder won't say nothing because he's sticking to the code.
Again, man, you 50 plus pushing 60. So what code you standing on? And you asked me about his daughters. So ask him about his daughters. If you really cared about your daughters, then again, you will make peace, or you'll say what happened if you really didn't do it. But again, I don't believe that. But your reputation is more important than getting home to your family. So again, salute to all you big gangsters. That's just not who I am. I'm a man of God. I'm a God-fearing man, and I'm a family man. So that's what it is.
Last but not least, what is the message or the agenda in doing these interviews or standing up for your brother? Is it to have his back, or is it long term spiritual or personal goal?
Kind of both. So the first is again because I want my brother story to be out there, and I don't want the people to get brainwashed by what the stars of social media say, or other people put out a different agenda that dude was railroaded. And then the other part is I hope that they really do find peace. If you die today or tomorrow, can you ask yourself where you're going? Are you going to heaven or hell? What you honestly feel in your heart. So I don't want anybody to leave here without making peace with God. So if I can help that, then that's what it is.
With that said, man, like always, I want you to make sure you put out. We know you got the podcast. Can you go ahead and tell us again for the people that might be new coming on? What's the name of your podcast? Who it is, and when y'all drop?
Yeah, Trinity Team 504. You could go watch mine. I'm giving you a game on how to find a job as a felon. I'm talking about the 10-2 law. I just did a documentary with the local police here. For those that want to know how the blacks and browns think in the community of why we hate the police and why we brainwash our youth when the people are there to protect and serve. And if you're not policing your own neighborhood, then who policing it when something happens? You could look at that interview. I asked these police officers in-depth questions about the stuff I just said, and then they answered. They even telling you the mindset of when they got to pull somebody over. That's white, black, Asian, Hispanic, the different diversity of training. I got that there, as well as a show called Road to Damascus, where I'm talking to some of these Christian rappers. I'm talking to some people in church, some non-famous people, some famous, but some non-famous ones. You'll see the interview with the NFL homie on there talking about how we met, his spiritual journey as well. So you're gonna get a lot of a positive stuff. So I just stay in my lane. Sometime I venture off. I try to give you a spiritual standpoint of stuff that's going on, like the P Diddy trial, and how that intertwines with the ones that don't want to listen to God when God already blessed you. How you fall from grace. And yeah, that's what the show is. And then I have the group, 3 Ps in a Pod podcast, where the homegirl see love. She's giving it to you from a single mom's point of view. I got the homeboy Mark Lowry. He's coming from a YN standpoint that's growing into maturity. And then I give it to you from a Christian standpoint. They've been off their grind lately because we all been doing different stuff, but you could go watch those interviews as well. It's called 3 Ps in a Pod podcast, and we'll resume shooting here shortly again.
What was the times y'all come on?
We try to Friday at 1 p.m. is when we every Friday at 1 p.m.
Okay, well, I want to first say thank you, bro, for like always, one call. That's all.
Yes, sir.
You pulled up and came, gave me what I needed, bro. Thank you so much. I gotta show how much gratitude I have for that. Shout out to Terrence Gangster Williams for making this connection even happen. Shout out to my twin CryptoGeezy for the mics to make sure y'all hear us good.
Oh yeah, hold on. I
Go
don't
ahead.
mean to stop you.
Go ahead.
Shout out the Crypto Gang, man. Shout out to Sam Eyes TV, bro. Your questions, not just with me, but when I see you with crypto. When I saw that Terrence Gangster Williams call you for Charleston White,
Sound about right.
I said, bro has been on it. So shout out Superstar, the whole Crypto Gang. Your twin, but more so, like I said, I want to make sure Sam Eyes TV get his flowers, man.
Big facts. Like I said, shout out to the whole crypto team. Definitely Sam Myers TV, man. He been since day one, man. I gave him the title head of production, and he been holding that title down like never before. Shout out to my dog. Without you, man, I don't know how we'll be doing this, bro. Gotta give him his flowers, man. I sent these questions to Sam. I told Sam Myers, George pulling up. Within 24 hours, I had 30 questions.
Wow.
Yeah, and I texted to you. I said, man,
Yeah.
questions in. He said his first response. Who you say it was from?
Sam Eyes.
I sent in the chat like, man, look, man, you got a gift you don't even know. But now I guess he's seeing it. So shout out to Sam Mind, shout out to the whole crypto game superstars, Dan Yeezy, the first lady Peachy Blanco, my dog, my bro, Taylor May Mel, and anybody I forgot, but y'all know crypto game in the building. With that said, CryptoGeezy in here. We got another one. We out.
Amen. Say, man, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So I had to come and bless y'all to let y'all know who y'all need to be watching and subscribing to on the YouTube platform. None other than my big brother, CryptoGeezy. Make sure you slide over to the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Show him a lots and love. And make sure you tell him none other than the one and only Big Badass Coco sent you. Brrr, pow. One love. Peace.
Down with it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we out here in the A. Yeah. Hold on, what this is right here?
The police badge. Honorary police badge. You know how they get honorary and doctorate degrees at the university? I got an honorary police badge. Nigga, I just went and iced that bitch out.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, what this
I'm
called?
a real, it's an honorary police badge. I'm a real police officer. I can make arrests. It's called citizen's arrest. I am a real cop, a citizen on patrol.
So you see somebody doing
I'm a
something?
real motherfucker. If you speed, if I'm going 75 on the highway and you pass me going 75, I'm gonna suggest without a thermometer that you probably going 90. I'll get your license plate and call in.
That's it.
Yeah, just like that. You better not be no truck driver. You better not be no truck driver and it says call this number and report my driving. Oh, I'm gonna fuck your license up, nigga. Don't give a damn.
Listen, everybody's too drunk for me. I got this one bitch telling me I ruined her relationship with some nigga I don't even motherfucking know. I had to tell the bitch, if I ruined your relationship, I'm sorry. Okay? Cause what? And then you talking about some 2020, I had a nigga. So if any other nigga outside of my nigga, that was not my nigga. Then my homegirl and her nigga into it. Then his partner and his bitch into it. I'm like, oh my God. We don't need no more Don Julio. Okay, get out that Don Julio at the Fulio. Bitch, I called y'all motherfucking phone. That's how you.
I love the second lines downtown. This don't like gonna kill it, huh? I'm at anything that come out that house.
This is Jill Turner reporting live with Channel 5 News. Just yesterday, and yet another tragic scene here in New Orleans. Another life threatened to the senseless violence that plagues our city, and locals are wondering, when will it end?
What you need, baby?
Tell me.
It's your girl Chappie, I know. The one that on the video big scene. Subscribe to CryptoGeezy, you know what it is.
Hey yo, this your boy Mr. Man, represent one half of the group Partners in Crime. Y'all make sure y'all tune into my man CryptoGeezy, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. Every time he drop it, exclusive. Holla.
Gas the realest, man. You already know what this is. No Rap Cap Podcast. I go by the realest, man. No other way. I'm rocking with CryptoGeezy. Make sure y'all tune in him. I rock with him, so make sure y'all rock with him.
Look, right now, we on that west side, that 7 do shit, that shit I started for real. We with CryptoGeezy, you now rocking with D-Day, the west side landlord when it come to this music shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come to this side, y'all gotta tap in with me, y'all.
Hey y'all, it's your girl thick ass Daphne, and you are watching CryptoGeezy.
Well, what's down this t-shirt, you heard me? Uptown in the building, you heard me?
You know, I got a new single coming out called Free Hoes. BBG and Thick Ass Daphne, you heard? I need y'all to subscribe to CryptoGeezy. Believe that, you heard me? Let's go. Boom. See that?
What's up with it, man? Showing me Big Homie Show, man. Now, for real, though, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to CryptoGeezy, man. Subscribe, hit the like button, man. Y'all watch this shit, man. Tell them Big Homie sent you. Straight up. Nah, for real, though.